Hello, I'm Colin.
And I'm James.
And welcome to Let's Talk Retro. And it's episode 2 of Collecting for the N-Gage. As you may know, if you've seen our first video on this, I'm collecting games for the N-Gage now. I'm trying to get the full set of 55, or could it be 58? I'm not sure. Some websites say 55, some say 58. If anybody knows, drop it down in the comments and let us know. So we're going to go. I've got 10 games that I've now collected. Okay. So we're going to go through those and have a quick look at those.
You've got 5, I've got 5, and we're going to show you what they are.
Yeah. So game number 1, the first game I picked up is this. It's Colin McRae Rally 2005.
Yeah,
show them if you like.
There we go.
So yeah, Colin McRae obviously was a top.
Can't really see that, but
yeah, it was a top rally car driver going back sort of in the years, sort of in the 2000s, and
he did well.
Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away in a helicopter crash a few years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was now. It's probably more than what you think. Time flies by, and yeah, so unfortunately, Colin McRae Rally games are no more. So the latest version was called Dirt. It's the same sort of game, but they repackaged it and called it a different name. So yeah, so actually that's quite a good version on the N-Gage. I played it, had a quick go on it, and yeah, it's not a bad version. It's quite good. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. 33 left, no up press. 50 right. 30 press and 3 right. 70 press into 2 right. So you've got game 2.
Right, cool. Okay, here it is. It is Super Monkey Ball. So yeah, this actually did come out on the N-Gage.
Yeah.
And this is on many different consoles.
Originally, I think on the GameCube. I think that's the first place I came across it, in the first console I bought it on. Anyway.
And so this is a Sega release game for obviously Nokia N-Gage, which is what we're here talking about.
Yeah, that's actually, again, it's a pretty good port. I think, if I remember rightly, I bought it on the Game Boy Advance, and it's a more or less identical version to the Game Boy Advance, you know. So yeah.
It's a single player, it says here, for ages 3+. The worldwide smash hit is now on the N-Gage Game Deck.
Yeah, that's actually
so
what they called it. Game Deck. Yeah, I forgot to... Didn't mention that in the last video when we were talking about it. So.
I would have called it a console, but Game Deck? I don't know why, I guess they wanted to be different.
It's just a cool name, I suppose.
Yeah, it looks good.
So I've got game 3, and game 3 is Pandemonium.
Yeah.
A platformer, which I originally bought on the PlayStation. More or less a port straight over from the PlayStation. I should just say that these games, they actually are graphically probably on par with original PlayStation games and Game Boy Advance games. And yeah, and then when you get these games, just I haven't sort of mentioned it, but again they come on the multimedia cards, so you can see them inside there.
We've made a bit of a holder for it.
Yeah.
MMCs, they're also known. They've got the instruction book there, and so this has got. Is it IDOS?
Yeah, that's who made the game.
Yeah.
Company.
So they made their fame with Tomb Raider, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So yeah, that's a game that I had on the PlayStation. It's a nice platformer, and it's ported onto it and works pretty well on the N-Gage. So you've got game
Yep,
4.
next up is a sports game, and it is a tennis sports game, virtual tennis. And this is great on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite Dreamcast games, and I bought that on the Dreamcast when it came out. And obviously it's nowhere near as graphically as good as the Dreamcast version, but it's again, it's a pretty good port of version of virtual tennis. Plays really well, and so I played that quite a bit. No complaints on that. So moving on and to game 5, and this is, we're talking about Tomb Raider just now.
Oh yeah,
Tomb Raider.
So Tomb Raider came out on it.
Yeah, and this is again, it's just a port of the PlayStation. I was really surprised when I loaded it up that you just remember I started off in Lara Croft's house, and I was just running around doing the little sort of demo bit, you know, where you got used to jumping and told you the controls, and yeah, it's just like the PlayStation version, which was really good. The other thing which we haven't mentioned that you also should get with each one of these is this little case inside there, which you can put a couple of games in. So if you're
Did that come with every game?
it came with every game, yeah. So if you're off on the go, you could just take your card.
So it's essentially an MMC holder.
Yeah.
It holds 4. Oh, it's got Nokia branding on.
Yeah.
Anyone that's interested.
But that's a pretty cool little thing that they added in with each one of these games. That, so that if you're going to go out and about, you don't have to take the whole case with you, sort of thing, you know. Anyway, so you've got game 6.
My turn, and it's another sports game, and this one it's on every console you can possibly imagine. Can you think what it is? It's a football game. It's FIFA, even on the N-Gage. Yeah, this is FIFA 2004. Yeah. Now, I'm not a massive football fan, and I recognise the middle guy.
The middle guy,
yeah, I recognise him, but I don't know his name. Plays for Arsenal, probably used to. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he's probably famous for having numerous affairs or something.
No, he's pretty clean cut.
Oh, is he right? I'm sorry. Yeah. Please don't sue.
I think that's Janino, or I'm not sure who that guy is. Actually.
Janino.
Yeah, I'm a football fan, but I don't even know who that guy is. He's Brazilian.
Leave a comment if you know who these people are, and if you think we're a bunch of idiots for not knowing about football.
I say I'm a football fan, but I'm a Reading fan, so it's probably not really a football fan.
So EA Sports are in the game, in the N-Gage
game. The N-Gage, yeah, they actually quite supported it quite heavily. And it's actually quite a good version of FIFA. I've played it, and it's really playable. You can actually play a decent game of footy on it. So, yeah, well done to EA for that. next up is another franchise that most people have heard of and known, and that's Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And this, if you ask me, is actually one of the best games so far that I've played on the N-Gage. It works really well. It's got good sound, good music, and you know, it starts off. You have to you sort of go around, you sort of collect the letters, and you know, to spell the names and things like that. And it's a pretty good port. Plays pretty well.
Single player Bluetooth. So you can play.
Yeah, probably play
single player Bluetooth.
I don't know.
Well, what's the point of that? But anyway, it says multiplayer.
Oh,
so
it's multiplayer, so you can do
online
it.
option, and it's got a star, and the star means normally in tiny print they put it so. Oh, here we go. Online gameplay requires network support.
All right.
So yeah.
So that's Tony Hawk's. So you're up next.
Yep. And not a sports title this time. This is another franchise that is on many consoles and still going strong today. It is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. So yeah, this was of course out on the GameCube. We're talking about N-Gage. And this is what I'm holding. And this one is a 2-player game.
Yeah, and it's actually, if I remember rightly, it's Team Stealth Action. I got a feeling I played this on the Game Boy Advance. I'm sure it was like out on that, and it's more like a platformer. Sort of not the sort of Splinter Cell game
that we know, yeah.
But there isn't actually the Splinter Cell Chaos series actually released on. I haven't got that yet, so I don't know what that's like. But yeah, this is like it's like a platform, and I remember playing. I'm sure it was on the Game Boy Advance as well. So it's probably just ported over from the Game Boy Advance or vice versa. I don't know which came first really, but yeah, but it's a pretty good playable platformer again. I had no problems playing it. So. So on to my last game. Have you had all yours now? What have we got?
I got one left.
You got one left. Got one left each then. So yes, and this is another game which is a game that's been around for a while on several consoles, and it's MotoGP.
Another racing title.
The motorcycle racing game. I think was it PlayStation the first time I come across that. I think that came out. I'm not sure. I might be wrong.
There we go. It's got a red bike on the front.
As with all these games, I played that and it wasn't very good.
Tell you what's weird about this. On the back, there's 2 images. Can you see that? Of the same title screen. Why would you include that? You'd show one of the gameplay, surely, wouldn't you?
Well, that's the graphically.
It's the same image twice.
Is.
Why put that on the back of a box? Anyway,
graphically it wasn't. Yeah, graphically it wasn't bad. But
better than pole position.
It was really hard. It was really hard to control.
Is it? Oh no.
I spent more time off the track and off my bike than actually on it. And yeah, but no, it was just. Yeah, no, it was impossible to control. I didn't really go much on that at all. Probably the worst game I played on it so far.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, yeah.
So not amazing, but they tried.
Yeah. Anyway, so you've got the final, final one.
Last one.
So far.
And it is another sports title. This one is another FIFA game. So they were trying to cater for all you sports fans when they brought this out. Yeah, this is 2005, and I don't recognise any of those overpaid bag of wind kickers. Leave a comment if you do.
Sorry, who's on it this time?
Are they still playing football? No. They could have smiled.
That's Patrick Vieira.
How much did they get paid to be put on an N-Gage box?
I don't know. That's Patrick Vieira. They're probably on all the FIFA titles at that time, you know, on each system.
They got cut a deal.
But obviously EA, they get criticised quite a lot for just rehashing and re-releasing the same thing year after year after year.
Is it the same with N-Gage?
No, actually this one, I mean, it's only a year's difference. The graphics are better, it's better presented. So if you're going to buy a FIFA game, there's only the two on the N-Gage, 2004 and 2005. If you can only afford one, it's got to be 2005. It played better, looked better graphically, and the presentation was better on it as well. So they actually didn't just rehash the original, they did sort of do something different, and even though it's football, now how can you change football?
Yeah, but, the first one sold so well, they invested it into
doing another one. Yeah, but this one is much better than the first one. Yeah. Yeah, it's going well. So that's the first 10.
Right, brilliant. That's exciting.
Yeah, so only 45 to go, maybe 48. Still don't know which, but and I still reckon I should have maybe got that Sega Rally that I was on about last time.
Well, we'll find out if we find another one.
175 quid. Couldn't quite justify that. It is. But anyway, so that's the first 10 games, and we'll be back when I've got another 10. So with more collecting for the N-Gage. So until next time, guys, what have they got to do, James?
Keep it N-Gage.
Keep it retro. That's what you got to do. Keep it retro, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thanks
Bye.
for watching.
Don't forget, guys, to keep up to date with when we release new videos onto our channel, to hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Till next time, keep it retro.